Have you ever watched these videos from these matchmakers who match men from the West with women from Eastern Europe or Ukraine in our case, and thought to yourself, that can't be right? Like, how do they do that? How does the man go from being single in the West with options of Western women to being in a relationship with a woman from Eastern Europe or Ukraine, a woman who is hotter, younger than what he could get in the West? How does that even happen? So in this video today, we want to, I guess, share some insights, or actually share some secrets of how we actually work, and how we get the man from single all the way through into a relationship within our company.
My name is Luba.
My name is Striker, and we are international matchmakers, and we help men from the West meet.
Form.
No, meet who? Meet forms?
Meet and form long-lasting relationship with an Eastern European lady. And we have a big experience in that, and we will share with you steps that you should follow in order to be successful and married. So first, that every single guy who is thinking about finding Eastern European lady, or even thinking about just in general relationship, like, he should book a strategy call with us. Strategy call, it's a not sales call. We're not trying to sell you anything on that call, but for us, it's crucially important to understand who you are, what you're looking for, what are your expectations, and what is your general vision of a relationship. So only after that, I will be able to tell you if we, as a Heart Rocket, can work with you, help you, and in general, like on our opinion, right? Of course, we can be wrong, even though it's unlikely because
we're never wrong.
But we will tell you what are your chances and what are your options in this sphere, right? In this process.
Yeah.
And for us, it's very important. Like, some people share with us some stories that they think that they want something unreasonable, but me and Striker, we say no, it's absolutely doable. Like, there is nothing wrong with your request, and most likely it's happening with the guys who a little bit have less self-esteem. They're a little bit uncertain. Maybe they're not that experienced in a relationship, and they really want to find a good match, but they just don't know what should they do, like how should they do it. And we think that, with our expertise and with the hundreds of stories that we heard from other guys, like, we can help you to find that best solution. And for some people, we say that you need to do something in your life. You need to improve this and this part of your life and come back to us later. And you know what? Like, we're already working for 5 years together. Like, in total, I have 14 years of experience. Like, we see that people are coming back. We do see that guys, after 1, 2, 3 years, they lost weight, they took care of their health, they find a new job, they move to a new house, they get out of this, they do this. So we see this improvement. And for us, it's not about talk to you and sell you something. It's about understanding that we will three of us will be comfortable working with each other, and we will get you to the result.
Yeah, we don't want you to sign up for something if we think that it's not going to be very likely. I mean, we can explain the risks to you in terms of how likely it is to achieve what it is that that you want, and then it becomes up to you. And then we have to sort of think, well, do we still want to take this client on and help this client if they're looking for something that's way out of the norm? Okay, so and the time to do that is 1 hour. So I'm going to put time frames on this so people know how long this takes.
Yeah.
Time to do consulting call, 1 hour. Okay, number two.
So after the call, the guy decided that yes, he wants to move forward with us, and we accept that. Like, we said, yes, let's do it. The guy, after the payment, after signing the contract, he get an email from Striker with all the access to the website, and he start working on his profile. And at the very same time, we help with the profile, we help you with the pictures, we help you with all that. Like, it's part of our job. But the most important, like one of the most important parts from all the steps that I'm going to tell you, this will be our ascent. That is our youngest baby, like, it's our latest baby that we created. Like, for us, it's something that we've been thinking for many years, collecting this information. And I think that Ascend itself can be a book. It can be a book for a guy, how to develop himself, how to navigate relationship, how to understand women better, and also which mistakes he can avoid. There's thousands of mistakes that we're doing every day. but I mean, we can call it mistakes, we can call them life experience or something, but sometimes we're not very satisfied with the result that we get of the something that we've done.
So Ascend, basically, it's basically some online courses that will put your mind into the right place before you go out and do this. We actually wrote it for our clients. So, but I think for now, depending on when this video comes up, you can still get it if you're not a client as well. But it's for our clients to prepare themselves for what's going to be ahead of them so that they don't make mistakes, then we have to keep correcting. So that's the idea.
Yeah, so that's like, sorry, you kind of like explain it a little bit better, like in general what it is. So we want you to know not just the course, like the course itself is a wonderful base that every guy needs to get before he starts the matchmaking process. But even better is like our weekly videos, or like our video library, I will call, of the stories and experience from everyone that we've been working to help you to understand and get an idea of international relationship better. So all of our clients are doing Ascent, and honestly, I don't know, it's not, it's like when somebody's taking some treatment. I don't know if it is a good comparison, but somebody taking treatment, and you see that if the person is really taking this treatment, he has a result. It is working. So Ascent medication really help you, and I can see the result if you've done Ascent and if you've been careful and listening to that carefully.
Yeah. So then also at the same time, he will also get access to our system, which gives him access to all of the profiles in the system, which he can then start to take a look at. And so basically it's like I guess it's like a catalog.
It's
I don't like calling it.
Yeah, but I want to stop here a little bit on that. So when the guy signing up, he has access to our database. At the moment, if you've been visiting hardturkey.com, there you can see all the information, our pricing. We're pretty open about everything. We're not judging people on how much money he has. Like, will the package be more expensive or less expensive? Like,
who would do that?
Oh my God!
Who would do something like that?
You can read all of that, but the database you will not see. Coming back to our strategy call, like sometimes guys ask and they say, can I see your database? So the only way how you can see the database before you sign up is like during the strategy call, we can show you the ladies in your age group, in your age range. So after you sign up, while you're creating profile, making pictures, taking pictures, and doing Ascent, you have access to the database and you can start looking at the ladies, asking me questions, and creating your list of preferences that you like.
Yeah, just to add here, we do have clients who they're not going to be doing it for another 3 or 4 months for whatever reason. Maybe they've got to sell their house, they're moving house, they're doing whatever. And so they sign up, they pay a deposit, and they still have access to everything. So it's basically they can start a little bit earlier with a little bit more time if that's what they want.
Yeah. So because like somebody is working and they have vacation only in summer. So if they, for example, join like in January or February, like for them, like it's no reason to start the matchmaking. Because like you should watch Ascent and watch our other videos. Like after you sign up usually and you start talking to the ladies, the usual recommended time for go and visit the lady or meet with her somewhere usually takes about 1 to 3 months. But it's like I'm a little bit jumped over one step. So after you check the ladies, after you find whatever amount of ladies you like, I will be
How many
happy.
should they send?
So you should send me as much as possible. Usually guys sending me 20, 30, 40 profiles of the ladies that they like. This is the like average amount. I never got more and I never got less. So just sometimes guys send me like maybe 5 or 6 or 7 profiles, and I say, is it like really from 1800? It's all ladies that you like? You say, no, I just didn't want to look like I didn't want you to think that I'm shallow or something like.
They didn't want you to think that he's greedy.
Greedy. No, he feel like he thought that, like he should be like, and it's something to do with the self-esteem. But I said, no, please send me more, because I go through, so the matchmaking process is starting. I go through the list of these ladies. Let's say you send me 30 ladies and I see 5 ladies that I would not recommend you to date for whatever reason. It can be that, you told me where you live and I know that this lady, for example, you live in a countryside and this lady, she told me that she only wants to live in a big city. Or for example, this lady is like
high maintenance.
maintenance, or like, and you would say, but who needs a high maintenance? Like there's some guys for whom it's not a problem, they don't care. So basically I will tell 5 ladies we will take off the list. Then it's 25. We would agree with you that I will send your information, your profile to these ladies, and I will present you the best to those ladies. If you want to create a little video about yourself, about like little selfie, just so they can see your personality, because sometimes pictures not really present you as good as we like want, or whatever, like video is always better. I will present this video as well, and you will start and I will send your information to the ladies, and I will collect the feedback from them. So from 25 ladies, let's say 15 will agree to talk to you. And from these 15, we will sit with you and we will say, okay, let's make a preference. Who we want you to speak first? Like maybe we will pick 3 first ladies that we will arrange calls like this week or next week or whenever it's convenient. I will ask you for convenient time. You will give me your time slots. Because of the time difference, we need to make it convenient for you and for the lady. And you will start having your dates. Before the date, I will...
How do they have the dates?
So the dates we holding over Zoom. I will send you the link. You will have to join the same as you will do the call with us, and you will have a under 1 hour date.
Under 1 hour?
Under 1 hour, yes. There's a reason for that, and this reason you will find out in the video that I will send you before you start doing your online dates. This is a very important video that helped a lot of our guys, because it helps you to start the call, to maintain the call, to finish the call. That is super important. It's one of the most important, how you're finishing the call, and it will help you a little bit to understand how long it should be and what should happen there.
Okay.
So after the call, if there is a mutual interest, you like Olga, Olga likes you, we will exchange your contact information. We will exchange your contact information, and you will stay in touch with her personally, without any video chats, on the website, without any letter writing or anything like that, on any convenient platform, messenger for both of you. Maybe it's Viber, maybe it's WhatsApp, maybe it's Telegram. And from that point of time, your communication is going on a level, like we would call it, on your own. But it's only technically on your own, because we always there for you. And you may think that at this point our work is finished with you, but I will tell you that at this point our work is just starting with you, because we will support you all the way through, right? What we're gonna do?
I was going to say this about here, but can I say that about multiple women? Because I think you kind of skipped over
I
that.
skipped it, and it's a very important point. Well done.
It's the best point. So yeah, so when it comes to the dating, there's a part that Luba kind of skipped over. We've spoken about it before. When you start dating over the Zoom, we want you to date multiple women and be speaking to multiple women at once. So usually you'll pick 3 women, something like that, maybe 4, and you'll talk to them. And maybe of the 4, you decide you don't want to speak to one, or she doesn't like you. It happens, right? And so what actually happens is that the woman will eliminate themselves from being the best possible option, because if you're just talking to Olga and you message her in the morning, she's not as responsive until the evening, and you think, okay, well, that must just be the way that these Ukrainian women are. But you're not going to know unless you compare it with others. So then if you've got another 2 women that you're messaging, you'll see that, yeah, okay, Olga, sure, she's the hottest, but she doesn't seem as invested in me, or is going to invest the time in, as Maria and Tatiana. So then you could get rid of one and bring in another one. And so slowly, one by one, as a process of elimination, you'll end up with hopefully the best possible option for you. We're the only company that does that, and they all think we're absolutely mad for doing this, but this is what actually works. So that's our theory of multiple women. Continue, please.
Yes, but that is the best explanation. We want you to have multiple options. You will talk to multiple ladies, but like I was just talking about, that you have a call with one, and if you like each other, you exchange contacts and you're staying in touch with her, and then we offer you to have more calls. And so the most bestseller, our packages, we have like 2 packages, right? 6 and 12 dates, and we sell much more 12 dates packages rather than 6, and there's a reason for that, because our guys who joining us, they understand that what we're providing, what is our philosophy. We really want you not to settle, because to settle you can do it without us, right? We want you to find the best option for you. We want you to find somebody that will really, really, really makes you happy. And we want for that, like the only way to know that, it's to meet and talk to different people, like to multiple ladies. And even if you, for example, like some guys, they talk to 7 ladies and they exchange contact only with 3. And they came to Europe to meet 2. They met them, he met them, and they understand that it was great. The ladies were lovely, but I don't have that strong connection. Or maybe the lady would say like, Luba, you know, like he's a nice guy, but you know, the chemistry didn't happen. Can it happen? Of course, like of course it can happen. And so we want you to be open-minded and say that, okay, let's work on the mistakes that have been done. Like let's discuss what was wrong and let's keep going. Let's keep moving forward to your result and to your goal, And so you will start, like we're here for you. Like we will start like date number 8, number 9, number 10, whatever it takes until we will bring you to the result.
The reason why 12 is better than 6 is because once you've done 3 or 4 dates and you're comparing them and you're going through the process of elimination, when you get to number 5, the guys get stuck like a deer in the headlights, and they don't want to choose one in case it's the wrong one. Should I go back to this one? What should I do? I'm all out of options. So most of them, I'd say probably half of who do go on that 6th date, they end up just going and upgrading it for the 12 anyway, because they realize it, when they're getting towards the end of those 6 dates.
And you know, it's not always happening because they never met anyone like during the 6 that they like. No, it's just because they understand that, okay, I like this, what else is there?
Yeah.
And it's normal. It's normal because you came to the matchmaker for that. You didn't come to the matchmaker because there is no women around you. Like you didn't come to the matchmaker because like a lot of our guys say like, I have no problem to go on a date, but okay, what next? You know, like you went on a date on Tinder, whatever, like in the United States, but he's not excited about that. And it's not what he's looking for. So that's why you have us. And the most important is that you need to be open to what you do, right? And you need to listen to us. And like this is the only requirements that we have to our guys, that you have to be coachable. We call it coachable. You have to, like, if I give you some feedback, I don't want you to be offended or upset or like get like go back to your shell, as they call it, and say, okay, I will just focus on work, I'm not going to do that. No, we want you to keep going and we want to bring you to the result. Together we can do it.
Yeah. Okay. So once you have decided, I mean, you might have only have got to say 6 dates, and you think, you know, there's 2 women here, and I really need to meet them in person because I need to find out if there is something there or not. So you'll plan your trip, and we can help you with that as well. You will be going to see her most likely in Poland or Germany or one of these other countries. You won't be going to Ukraine. If she is in Ukraine, the majority are out. I'd say maybe over half are out. So we will help to get her from whatever city she is in on the train through into Poland, and then you would go and meet her in Poland. But you know, now we are saying that, you know, instead of going to Poland, come to Valencia. We have a new product that we're working on called Ignite, where we will create an incredible experience for you. But about that in another video. And then you would stay there for how long? How long should they stay when they go and meet?
Let's do a separate
Olga.
video about that.
About what?
About how long should they stay?
Well, just tell them.
No. Okay, I will. That's
the end of this video.
Yeah, we thought about that with Striker, and we will do the video about that with a little bit more details. But before we were saying like, oh, you should come for 10 days, you know. But everything depends, of course, of how long you've been in touch, like how long you've been talking with the lady. But now we realize that 4 quality days is so much better than 10 unquality days.
Yeah.
And by quality we mean days that are planned, days that are full of this emotional roller coaster, days that are full of experience that you're experiencing together, and like it's a first trip, it's a first interaction. We don't want you to waste 10 days paying for 10 nights hotel and then say, oh, I spent so much money, I was not sure like about her, or I didn't really like her, or she didn't really like me. 4 days is enough for you to understand if there is attraction. Mm-hmm. Can you prolong your trip? You always can. Like all of our guys, like they changed their plans to meet a second lady. They stayed with this one. They changed like the flight and everything. Everything is possible if you have motivation and if you want it and if you're in love. Yeah. But in general, the idea is like we believe now in 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Quality.
Okay. So then you go and you may meet 2 women on this trip. You got to sort of navigate that one. It's probably the most difficult part about this, is navigating if you're going to meet multiple women. And you may say, and maybe you may be thinking, well, that's just dishonest. I'm meeting one woman. I'm not going to meet two or three. I'm a one-woman man. Look, you're not in a relationship with any of these women, okay? If the relationship moves into an intimate, romantic, and sexual relationship, then we do advise to stop because you will completely mess up everything. So we say that to all of our clients. So, but at this point here, you're just going out, you're meeting, you're planning to do things, maybe you become friends. It's not too much pressure, okay? Once you've done that, you will go back. And depending on what happened on that trip, determines the next part of the journey. Because, for example, if it didn't work out, well, then we're back to just doing the dating again. We're back to that point there and we continue going. If it does work out, then you continue to work on that relationship and you stop doing the dating. What?
Nothing.
What are you laughing at? Come on.
Can you say it again?
Why? No, that's fine.
No.
No. It was going for too long. We have to keep going. So anyway, that's how, that's basically the whole process. After that, when she moves to your country, well, at some point you have to start saying, well, what's happening now? Is she going to move to me? Is that what the plan is? What's the process in that plan? What are you laughing at? We do actually have an interesting story. I won't tell the whole story, but we do actually have a couple. We don't condone it. No, I can't say we don't condone it.
What is this word?
We don't advise it to do this, but she's moved to the United States for them to be together, and she's never actually met him in person. And
you know
it's not something we're proud of. Like, we're not saying, hey, look how good we are. We advise against anyone ever doing that.
But they are fine, like the most interesting part of that is that they are very good together. And
it's the closest thing to a mail order bride, isn't it?
It's shocking, but and we didn't want to say that, but it's true. We do have the story and they're fine, they're good.
We didn't want to say it. It's hilarious. I love it. It's a good. Imagine how they say to their parents, to their kids, in the future, Mum, Dad, how did you guys meet? It's like, well,
I met you at the airport.
I was on YouTube and I saw this company that can.
But you see how good we are. You know what I like? There's little part of the job that I didn't say. And of course, there is much more. We can keep going and going and going with this video, because when you meet this lady, you will say, okay, so should I come again to meet her, or she can come to United States? Everything depends. At this point, we really can't tell you what will be the next step, because maybe she has a US visa, maybe she will get a US visa, maybe you will be able to travel. We have a couple that is now engaged and they have wedding in August. He spent about half a year in Europe because his work is remote, and so they've been living together in Europe. So there is really many different options what can happen. But from that point that you understand that this is your lady, most likely you will just develop your relationship, and the next step will be that she's moving to
the next part is even though it's the most complex part, it's actually the most smooth, yes. It's if you're working together, because because
you're applying for documents, you're getting it, but it can be a lot of stress, you can get some time delay this, but if you're working this is actually a perfect way to understand if you're a good couple.
Also, one thing that's interesting that popped into my head is that now is actually, when they had to go through that process of the K1 visa and all that stuff, that was very time consuming and it was very a lengthy process. Now it's just
it's shorter, but still Indiana, I think it took them 4 months, even though before it was 2 weeks. Now it's a bit slower.
Still 4 months is still pretty fast. Once that all finishes, you'll be back to the K1, back to the 1 year or whatever it is. So if you are thinking about doing it and that does concern you, or you on some sort of short time frame for whatever reason, that is something to take into consideration, is to use this time to your advantage.
But there's one little part that I didn't mention that I like to do, and most of the guys listening to me, some of them don't, but when you pick the ladies, and maybe there would be I like to do not a blind date, we don't do any blind date. Our guys see the ladies, we understand that the guys are visual, you need to pick the lady. I will send you extra pictures of the ladies, so don't worry about that. About Photoshop pictures, you don't need to worry about anything like that. But what I like to do is I like to advise you of some ladies that I think would be good match. And it's interesting that every single time when I introduced to the lady, that guy didn't pick. But he agreed to speak because I advised. He said, Luba, how did you do that? How did you do that? How did you know that? How did you do that? How did, but one guy, he was a heart doctor. He was a heart doctor, and he said that when I done it, and he was very against that date, but I said, no, please, can you do it? I will not count you as a date, whatever, just do it. So he came Luba, how did you know? And I said, listen, but when the patient came to you and say I have like it hurt me
A
here,
broken heart.
like this and this and this. You understand what is happening, right? And you said yes. I said the same as me. Like I understand what you need. It's just sometimes that, you know, for guys, visual part is a little like you only think and focus that he wants to be with. It's not that I'm introducing you to ugly women or fat or whatever. No, but like you focus only on blondes. But I will say no, just I will introduce you to this one brunette, and it will work out. I almost. Not 100%, but 99%. I'm confident in that, and it happened before, and I love that part of the job, even though it's extremely responsible. But Doug and Elena, for example, they met because I advised.
Yeah.
And
You
now
do a
they're
good job. You
married,
do a
and now
very
they're
good job. You know, very good job.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, that's
guys.
enough.
Yeah, that's enough for today. We book a call. Start your journey today.
Yeah. See ya.